Bright moonlight, you are my sun. A LadyNoir, Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction, day 24. Rewrite the stars. No one should love movie nights this much. But here he is, literally wrapped in 4 blankets, waiting to begin the movie because it is a Sunday night and he miraculously doesn't have school tomorrow and she doesn't either. And it's probably because it's a holiday tomorrow. But all he can think about is how excited he is to cuddle up with her and watch this movie that everyone else seems to love. When Ladybug arrives, he's so comfortable in the blankets he's practically smushed into them. She laughs at his expense before settling into the heap herself. Previously, she had started the movie, so the title cards were rolling and the music is already enough to make him grin wildly. Shot wraps his arms around her body and leans into him comfortably. Stop singing. You're awful, she laughs, trying to turn around and close his mouth. It's to no avail because Shot's got too tight of a grip on her, and Ladybug is forced to suffer through it. You love me, you said so last night, he winked playfully. Well, I'm not really loving you now, she mutters. You're just gonna have to deal with it for the rest of your life, so learn to live with it, Shot says in a cheerful voice. Ladybug just continues to grumble, but accepts his awful singing voice, but with dramatic flair while using it. Normally, or at least previously, he wouldn't have been so casual with telling her that she's stuck with him. Chat Noir knows that Ladybug is it for him. He knows that she's the love of his life. She is the only person he wants and vice versa. He's the only one for her. He knows that and has known that for a long time. But for the longest time, he still wasn't sure if she wanted to be there to discover all the little things about him that she didn't know about just yet. It was a scary thought for him. One thing may change everything and she'll just be flying off into the wind without him. Perhaps it had something to do with his family. Maybe something to do with why Kagami and him split up. No, yeah, those were definitely the reason why he had those insecurities. Especially because Kagami was unable to accept a side of him she had never expected. That still left a mark on his psyche. For a while he kept it buried and didn't mention it to Ladybug or his therapist, but one day it finally came to light and he chose to talk to Ladybug about it. Hey, can we talk? He asks. Ladybug drops her arm. She had intended to swing away and head home, and turns back to him with an interested look on her face. Yeah, about what? She sounds worried, which is weirdly funny because Chat Noir is the one that's high-key panicking here. About who I am, he says. His cheeks flush because, God, he sounds like an idiot. What the heck kind of person says about who I am? That sounds so dumb, and he almost wants to shout at his own mind and mouth for saying it. Alas, there are no takebacks. About, how I'm a different person in my civilian life and as Chat Noir, he explains with a deep breath as an attempt to calm down his brain. Yeah, you mentioned that a long time ago, Ladybug says, biting her lip. Chat nods. Yeah, that's why me and my ex-girlfriend broke up. She physically cringes at the words and he feels a pang of guilt in his chest. Honestly, he doesn't like saying the sentence any more than she seems to like to hear it. But it's not something they can just brush under the rug forever. He's worried that she won't accept him. Not that the magazine cover model Adrian Negress is his real self or anything. Not at all. It's more so, most of the time he is Adrian Negress. Quiet kid who plays piano fences and has photo shoots every other day. If they were to reveal their real identities, and that will happen eventually because it's not like they could get married under their mask names, then she will have to get used to his other life, the not-so-private life that he lives in his not-so-great family. No matter how many times she said that she loves him or she'll promise that she'll always be there, it doesn't totally dissipate the feeling in the back of his head that she's gonna run for the hills when she finds out that he's so reserved every day, and not the fun-loving black leather-clad cat that she'd known for so long. Chat, Ladybug starts. She puts her hands on his cheek. She looks like she already knows what he wants to talk about. Knowing her, she does, actually. You're not gonna drive me away for being different, she tells him for what feels like the millionth time. I want to know all those different hidden sides of you, she insists. But what if I'm so different that you don't even realize it's me? Chat continues worriedly. Ladybug laughs. Then I'll just fall in love again, she says. I'm sure everyone's a little different around their friends and their girlfriend one-on-one. We just happen to not know each other's friends. If you're more than a little different, it's not that big of a deal. Chat Noir sighs and nods. He's not totally convinced, but he's more reassured than he was this morning. Okay, he says with a sigh. Seriously, Ladybug tells him. I've known you for 5 years, and you've changed as Chat Noir too. We both have changed because of what we do. I'm not your ex-girlfriend, and I'm not going to be like her either. You're not an image or an idea I'm in love with. God, I've seen you chase after a stray cat because you said it was part of your family once, and that was enough to take you down from an idolized level. You're Chat Noir, and you're a person who's complicated, and I can't wait to meet all of those confused parts. He laughs a bit. You idolized me? He teases. She rolls her eyes. Not the point. But you said it. Whatever. He's still a little wary, but he has trust and he has faith. He knows that relationships will never be perfect, but if you try and you trust and you really want it to work, it will. Don't you think they're kind of like us? Chat Noir says as he points to the characters swinging on the trapeze. The world just threw them together for some magical reason and then keeps trying to keep them apart. Like us, he says softly. Maybe, Ladybug hums. Just a little bit. I'd rewrite the stars for you, Chat nudges her. He shoots her a dumb smile and she laughs. And I'd say the world is already ours, so there's no need to. Everybody wants us together. Just look at the Ladybug. I feel like we should tell Alia, she says idly. Nah, it's more fun this way, Chat dismisses. I get you all